Good morning, Michelle.
Good morning.
Looks like you and I are the only ones right now.
Okay.
Uh, let's start out just going over the things that you want to learn. There's no reason for me to go through the whole thing. Um, so, have you done a transaction in Brokermint yet?
Yes, I had a listing that I had expired, but I'm getting ready to put it back on the market.
Okay, okay. Are there certain things that you struggle with that you're joining today?
When I have to
Uh-huh.
adding a document into it,
Uh-huh.
sometimes I'm not adding it right.
Okay.
And like if I had to add like when I had to change the price on it, I
Right,
kept having to add the page, but it wasn't going, like I kept doing it wrong, and it took me a
right.
while to do it.
Okay. All right. Yeah, let me just open up one of my dummy ones that I use for training.
Okay.
So the main thing is the checklist on the left-hand side. We have
Okay.
created so many checklists that they have placeholders for the documents.
Okay.
All right, so that makes it easy. Now, when you have a listing and you want to do a listing change, you need to add the listing changes checklist because that's where we will be looking for it.
Okay.
All
So
right, so
listing
once you
changes.
have that checklist and you have a listing change form here, you'll see I've already created one. You simply
Yes.
go to the action button
Mm-hmm.
and add a task, and you're going to name it. So usually
Okay.
what I tell people is if you do more than one listing change, they get a little confusing which one is which.
Mm-hmm.
So think about it when you're doing your naming. So you could do listing change and maybe reduce and maybe put the amount. Some properties you might
Okay.
have to reduce them a couple of times,
Okay.
before you hit that sweet spot there.
Okay.
So that's how I
Mm-hmm.
do it to make it easier. And then you're going to assign it to yourself. And you have to hit this button here. It says requirement, a document to be attached and
Okay.
save. Then once you have it here, you can upload if you have a document, like maybe they sent you an addendum, you're just
Mm-hmm.
going to upload it. If not, you're going to go over here to use forms. Goodness gracious.
Okay.
I didn't know it was going to do that on this one. Anyway, once you do use forms, you'll pull in
Mm-hmm.
the form that you want to use. And then we're
Okay.
going to come in and every time we make a change, we're going to upload a copy of the MLS and then just make sure you submit it.
Okay.
All right. And
Okay.
then if you don't see us process that change form, like say you submitted it last night
Mm-hmm.
and by 12 o'clock or so, you haven't seen it change, just give us a call at the office just to bring it to our attention. Some days we
Okay.
just have like a ton of things submitted
Okay.
and it just kind of we're just trying to work our way through them, but we hate for anything to slip through.
Okay. No,
um,
that's fine.
yeah, and then same thing like here, if you're on a purchase agreement and maybe
Mm-hmm.
you have an addendum or something, you're just going to make sure to do the action button, add your task, name it. If you have an addendum, maybe you do an addendum to extend the closing date. So you want to
Mm-hmm.
name it addendum, extend closing date, and put the date, because if you have to extend it again, then you put that new date. That way, if somebody's missing a document, you need to send it to them, you can quickly identify which addendum it is.
Okay.
Yeah, if you name them all addendum, addendum, addendum,
Then yeah.
then you have to look at them all each time.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, that's the simple way. But anytime you're working, if there isn't a place for it on the particular checklist you're on, think about where it could possibly be on a different checklist.
Okay.
Listing. When you have a listing and it goes under contract, we do have a different checklist besides purchase general. So if you hit the add checklist,
Uh-huh.
you're going to look for listing under contract general.
Listing under contract general. Let's see.
Right. So when
Okay.
you have the listing side, make sure you put that one on there because it's a little bit different because you're not representing the buyer. So there's some documents we're not requiring you to submit.
Got it. Okay.
But if you're representing the buyer, then you use that purchase general checklist because you are required to submit those.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. And then as you'll see, just kind of familiarize yourself. There's so many different checklists, but they have a different role in a transaction. So like if you're doing a PICRA and you're going to have, doing a home inspection, add this checklist. This checklist has a place for you to upload your inspection report, your termite, your different invoices, and the PICRA that we're looking for, especially if it's your listing, to remove that contingency when it's done.
Okay.
All right. So that just kind of is kind of like a little reminder there. And then same thing if you have a POA or a condo, you're going to want to always add those checklists as well, because it's going to remind that we need here's where you're going to do the order if you're ordering it. Here's the addendum to the purchase agreement or the POA 1.
Okay.
But we need the POA 2 or the buyer's receipt of resale package because that's what's removing that contingency.
Okay.
Right. So it has a place here. And then the closing checklist, when it's ratified and under contract, this checklist will appear on here. If you don't see that we've added it, you surely can. It doesn't matter which one of us, as long as we get it here. And it's just kind of reminding you, have you uploaded all your documents? Are your tasks complete? Contract walkthrough is required. Now, if you have the listing, you need to have an email to that buyer's agent asking for a copy of it. Okay. Them give you a copy. All you can do is request to get a copy of it. If they do not give you a copy, then you're simply going to upload a copy where you asked for it and they didn't provide it to you, and submit it and let Lucy know that, hey, I asked, they didn't give it to me.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. Now with your buyers, if you're representing the buyer, same thing. You're going to send it to the listing agent and ask for their side to sign it and send it back. Okay. You have an email requesting it. If they do that and send it back, then you upload it here. If they do not, you're going to upload the walkthrough that you have, which is your buyer's signatures. And over here where it has comments, you're going to type a comment saying that you sent it to the listing agent on such and such date, and they did not comply, and send it back with signatures, and then hit the comment. That will get that cleared. All right. That has to be cleared before they will allow me to pay you. So you always want to make sure that you're getting that done. Pre-closing disclosure. If you get a copy of the closing disclosure before they close, you can upload it. It's something you always want to review, make sure that commission is right, that they're charging our admin fee. Our admin fee did change from $3.95 to $4.50. Okay. So make sure that that's on there and that's paid to us. If it is a VA loan and the lender will not allow your buyer to pay for it, then you just need to add a task and upload a copy of that email, letting me know that they did not allow it. Sometimes with VA loans, if the seller's paying towards closing costs, if there's enough, it'll be paid out of that. So just because it's VA doesn't mean that we don't get the admin fee. A lot of times we do. Got it. Okay. All right. What happens with that is because it's by law can't be charged to them, we have to waive it. If an agent just does not complete the paperwork or get it collected, then it becomes the agent's responsibility to pay for it. And I don't want to charge anybody $450. If you don't want to pay it. Right. So just document it there. If I don't see it there, usually I'll reach out and ask when I know it's a VA loan. And any other, which we may get into them, like a short sale or something like that, anything where it's denied by the other party. Final closing statement, I need that in order to process and close out the transaction and also mark it sold in the MLS if it's our listing. So if you get a copy of it, upload it there. If not, I will be, looking for it. But if it's already there, it just gets me to where I can process your commission a little bit faster.
Gotcha.
MLS sold. Once we mark it sold, we'll upload it here. We also look, if you're just representing the buyer, to upload it there.
Okay.
And then the DA is what I send you that shows the commission, how it was split up, and what portion you're getting, and they'll prompt you to sign it. Yeah, if there's a referral, make sure you add the appropriate referral checklist, because we do have those, because I need to know that so I can complete it and fill it out. So if you're part of like Ojo or Opcity lead platform, we have one for that. If you're working with a mentor and you're splitting it 50-50, if it's a referral that's out of the office, somebody sent you a referral, that would be a referral incoming from another firm that I have to send them money. If you're working with someone in our office and splitting it, not a mentor, but just for some reason, maybe you were going on vacation or whatever the reason being that you decide to work this transaction with another agent, then you would just simply click that there. That just kind of brings it to my attention. You add those checklists, and then on the main page where you're filling all this information out, this is where I find out if there's a referral. Because if I don't see it, and this has happened to me numerous times, I go through the whole process, send out the DA to be signed. I've already figured everything out, and then the agent goes, "Oh, there's a referral." Yeah, then I have to go back and undo everything and do it again. So you hit the drop down and just answer. If it's no, you're not splitting with another agent, just the firm, then it's no. If not, you just try to find what matches what your referral is. All right. And then what I tell agents to do, and this is extremely helpful because a lot of them want to know, have I done everything I need to do? Am I cleared to pay by Lucy? And because we all want to get our money as quickly as possible. The quickest way to do that is always when you get down to where you've done the walkthrough or you're getting ready to do the walkthrough, you're closing within a few days. Come down here on the left-hand black bar where it says users and contacts. And you're going to click here, and you're going to go to the action button, and you're going to send an email. And then in the type name, if you click here, Lucy's always right there. You're going to click Lucy. Then you go to the bottom right where it says use template and hit this little drop down arrow. And the very first one says agent checking compliance for clear to pay. You just click there. It sends an email where it says Mickey Mouse here. It's going to the name of your property, and it's going to ask Lucy you for clear to pay. If you do that, then when I come in, Lucy will have let you know with a message, but right here where it says is transaction complete and clear to pay, there'll be a message over here, and she might say missing walkthrough. If that's the only thing you have left to do and you're doing the walkthrough this afternoon or tomorrow, then you know once you turn that in, you're compliant. Got it. Otherwise, I'm asking her when I receive the commission. Right? And then that's the day you want me to pay you. And if you have things to do, we have to get those done first. So yeah, I always tell everybody, please, please, please. Yeah.
Want to get paid on time, you got to do it.
Yes. So, and one of the other things I wanted to share with you that I did it on one of my transactions, and it was really helpful because a lot of times we're all over the place, emailing things to us. We're not at a computer but we have our phone with us, right? And they're emailing stuff that you need. If you come over on the left-hand side where it says add via email, and click here, see this code at COCKRFIT.com. If
Yes.
you take that email, go in your phone and create a contact. So if your property is 123 Beach Street, instead of a name in the contact where it says company, I would put 123 Beach Street.
Okay.
Go to the email and put that email in there and save it as a
Okay.
contact. Then anytime you're doing something, somebody's emailing you something, it's on your phone, you just simply hit forward and pull up that contact and send it.
Okay.
As long as it's a
Cool.
PDF. And when you do, it will put it over here on the left-hand side where you know where the unsorted is.
Yep.
It will put it right here in the unsorted.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's great because, you know, a lot of times they're emailing you, you know, termite, home inspection, and all those things. Simply hit forward. It's sitting right here in your unsorted. So when you get to the computer, you can do what you need to, put it where it needs to go, you know, send it on to someone else. It's just a quick way to get those items there.
Okay.
When you get them, rather than trying to remember when you get home at night.
Right.
You know,
And we forget.
you forget, or you're searching through your email.
Right.
Where did it go? Who sent that to me? You can just simply hit forward and contact. And when the transaction's closed, you can go in and delete the contact.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Okay.
Because you don't need it anymore on your phone.
Right. So it's not bad.
No, it's not bad. That's what I did it on a couple of transactions, and it was great because the minute I got it, I sent it there and then did other things. And as soon as I got to the computer, I did what I needed to do with it.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Let's see.
yeah. And you know how to split documents?
Let me see if I can remember this. Let me go into one of this other one I had.
Because that's one of the other things I get a lot of questions on.
All right, let's see. No, I don't remember.
Okay, all right.
Okay,
That's why I asked. Okay, so every packet or document, group of documents you put in the unsorted, you can split. The original one stays there. All right.
Okay.
You can also rename it, which is great because say you have a listing and you get 3 offers. You want to upload them and keep them here, but maybe you're only going to, you know, either count or accept 1. You just go over to the edit and hit rename, and you can rename this packet.
Okay.
Yeah, so you could say offer dash Jones, offer dash Smith. So you know which one to split. But then you just hit the edit button and hit split. Then your documents are here in the window. So you look and figure out what your first one is, and that is the SAER, and it's 2 pages. So you're going to come over here on the right, and you're going to do page 1 to page 2, and then you're going to start typing part of the name. So this is exclusive right to represent. Yeah. No, listing agreement. SAER should find it as well. No, I might already have it on a. I may have already split this. Let's just go. All right, I'm just going to split it in the wrong place, but let's say this is what it is. You always want to start typing part of the name and then click what pops up so that it matches. All right, I'm just going to skip down to 1. So you're going to go through the pages. So this would be page 3 to whatever, say it was 7. So you go by the page numbers in the stack.
Okay.
Right, and then you just start typing the name, like Depor. For ACUs, if you type the word military. So you want to make sure whatever pops up here, and this here is telling you which checklist it's going on.
Got it. Okay.
All right, and then you just pick the appropriate one. Once you've picked all of them, then you just hit the split button.
Okay, and then it'll just split it up itself.
It'll split it up, and what it'll do is it'll come here and it will put it each place that it goes. So if I was doing the purchase contract, it would put the purchase agreement here, It would put the PICA, the DPOR, the ACUs, the lead if you had it, brokerage fee notice if you had that in the packet. It would put them in all the places.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. And then you would just upload a copy of the tax record, your EMD, and your lender letter. And then you would just, it would be here if you had documents to submit. Then you
Okay.
would submit them. But yeah, it's real easy. You don't have to print, scan, you know, bring
Mhm.
it up as a PDF and say print pages 1 to 2, name it, print pages 3 to 7. You know, it's just right there. And if you
Okay.
do it wrong and you have a document in the wrong place,
Mhm.
then you just go to one. Let me find one where it just says, okay, like here, signing packet here says uploaded. Here's the document here.
Mhm.
If you have a delete button, you can hit delete document only.
Oh, okay.
That just takes the document out, and now the spot is available for you to put the correct one there.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, because sometimes we have one, or say Lucy rejects it,
Mhm.
and you have to fix it. Then you
Uh-huh.
keep the document only, then that space is there, and you upload the revised one.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I remember it now.
Okay. Which I tell everybody, it's so much, and if you don't do it a lot,
Mhm.
then you'll get to a certain part and you just have that little brain freeze there, and you're like, I know it, I just can't remember it.
Uh-huh.
Then all you have to do is call me or text me, and I'll get on the phone with you
Okay.
and walk you through it, because I do it all day long.
Okay.
All right. Yep.
Okay.
I don't have to look at a screen for most of it. I can just tell you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's how much I do it.
That's how much you
You know?
do it.
Yeah. And that's I tell people, I said, I don't want you to spend, 2 hours doing something that should take you 15 minutes.
Right, right.
I want you to be able to get it done and move on and do other things, work with another buyer, seller, or spend time with your family.
Okay.
So please
Sounds good.
always text me if you need help and you're struggling. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Anything else that you
Not that I can think of. Let's see.
okay.
If I do have a question now.
Okay.
To do a training, a practice one, to do like how you had the dummy one that you just made. How do you do that one?
Perfect. So you're just going to open it up, and where you pick the type,
Uh-huh.
hit this little drop down, you're going to hit training,
Oh, okay. Okay.
and then just make it kind of whatever you want it to be on there. And that way when we see it, we see that it's a training one. And periodically
Okay.
we go through with agents that maybe have a lot of transactions that aren't pending or closed, and we'll just call up and go, okay, Michelle, you have, like 18 transactions here. Let's review them and find out which ones we can cancel and get off the
Okay.
screen here, and
Got
that's
it. Okay.
fine, because sometimes you might like your listing. Okay, you
Mhm.
did the listing expired, if you don't relist it, then we cancel it. It's still there, but it's kind of like
Okay.
not closed because it didn't close, but
Right. Okay.
yeah. And same thing with buyers. Sometimes you'll have, 3 or 4 buyer consults, and then people don't qualify. They fall off the face of the earth,
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And so with those, now I also tell agents, if you find you have them and we haven't messaged you, all you have to do is send an email to myself or Blake and say, please cancel the following transaction. You just give us the names of them and we go in and cancel them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Just try to keep it clean and tidy.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So I don't have any other questions.
Okay.
But if I do, I know I can reach you.
You can. You have my number, right? My cell number?
I do. Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay, cool. I try
Okay.
to give it to everybody and just be sure.
Yes, I have it.
Okay, cool. All righty. Well, I think we wrapped it up pretty quick today. Nobody else jumped on, so it was
Oh,
just
it's okay. It's okay. I do. All righty then. Thank you.
all righty. Well, if there's nothing else, I'll let you go and enjoy the rest of your day.
Okay. You too. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.